Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. I'm so happy to be with you tonight. I absolutely enjoy being able to go out into the community and hear music from locals and not so locals. Every once in a while, something comes to my attention that absolutely needs to come onto this show. Tonight's one of those nights. I want you to take the time to listen to this show. It's going to be informative, it's going to be bluesy, it's going to be great. These are two very, very accomplished musicians that I love to listen to. Please help me welcome into your home John Charland and Ben Parent.
Thank you, Dot. We're very happy to be here. Thank you for having us. John and I both work up the road at Connecticut College, and every once in a while in our lunch hours we get together and play some guitars.
That's right.
About 6 months ago we did a thing in Harkness Chapel called Songwriting in the Blues, where we looked at some of the influences on the music we make. I'm a songwriter, some of the influences of blues on songwriting, so we're going to play some of our stuff, some other people's stuff. Some of it is bluesy, some of it is kind of bluesy. We're going to start you off with a song by Mr. Bob Dylan. Got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back. She got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back. She take the dark out of the nighttime, paint the daytime black. Start out standing, proud to steal her anything she needs. You will start out standing, proud to steal her anything she needs. You will wind up peeking through a keyhole down upon your knees. Stumbles, she got no place to fall. She never stumbles, she got no place to fall. She's nobody's child, the law can't touch her at all. wears an Egyptian red ring, sparkles before she speaks. She wears an Egyptian red ring, sparkles before she speaks. She's a hypnotist collector. You, my friend, are a walking antique. Bow down to her on Sunday, salute her when her birthday comes. Bow down to her on Sunday, salute her when her birthday comes. For Halloween, buy her a trumpet. For Christmas, buy her a drum. Thank you, sir.
We're going to do a little tune called Rocks and Gravel. I wish I could tell you who wrote it. It's kind of a blues shuffle. I don't know who wrote it. It might be a traditional thing, but it's kind of a neat little song.
Who heard it that you played? Who did you hear it from?
I don't know.
Doc or no?
I don't know. It's a long time ago. I loved it. I've covered it for a long time.
It's been a long musical journey. Some of it we remember, some we don't.
It's true. Rocks and gravel down, it make a solid road. Rocks and gravel, it make a solid road here. But it's a do-right woman, satisfy my soul here. Soldier in the army now, he wants his furlough home, yeah. Soldier in the army now, he wants his furlough home. I said, butt-faced rookie, you ain't been here that long. Rocks and gravel, no. It make a solid road here. Rocks and gravel, it make a solid road here. But it's a do-right woman here, satisfy my soul. It's a do-right woman, satisfy my soul. But it's a do-right woman, satisfy my soul.
Very nice, Sean. Very nice. So as I mentioned, John and I both work at the college up the road.
Yes.
You've been there how long?
24 years.
24 years. I've been there about 12, half that. So,
Well, you're about half my age. So explains that.
So as I said, I'm a songwriter, and I'm not really a blues songwriter, but I think the blues is a form that songwriters continue to come back to. It's a pretty simple lyrical structure. It's kind of like an AAB thing. I woke up this morning, took my dog for a walk. Woke up this morning, took my dog for a walk. She wouldn't go to the bathroom, so I tied her to the porch. So it's kind of like you set up the thing, and then you like reveal it. So that's one way. A lot of blues songs are like that. Others just use this sort of structure to tell a narrative. This song is about some different characters I've met in my life.
That song right there was absolutely brilliant and should be written down.
Which one?
Taking the dog for the walk.
Oh yeah. See, we could just do that, right? See? So anyway, this song is called River Blues. It's always good to make sure you have the right harmonica. Constant itch used to stick 'em right in the britches. Down in the basement, he had a stash. Didn't realize it was up for grabs, and now he goes down to the river, tries to wash away his blues. Captain Jimmy was a learned man, talked of things you couldn't understand. Out in the garage, he had a case, kept it locked up, thought it was safe, and now he goes down to the river, tries to wash away his blues. Miss Melinda kept an ordered house, held a tight grip on, came in and out. Kids so in line they couldn't squirm to fall. When they got free, boy, did they punt the ball. And now they go down to the river, try to wash away their blues. Smiling Danny had it going on, kept his secret in his bureau drawer, thought he wasn't keeping with the times, seems he was messing with his own line, and now he goes down to the river, tries to wash away his blues. Yes, he does. bodies I seen, they could stretch for miles. Was I a victim of circumstance? Just a boy who never learned to dance. And I go down to the river, try to wash away my blues. Go down to the river, try to wash away my blues. How you? Sorry, we keep switching instruments, but that's how we roll.
This is a Merle Haggard tune, and the reason I like to cover it is just the harmonies in the bridge, plain and simple. And it's a song about prison, which I thankfully have no knowledge of whatsoever.
Prison is a blues theme, though.
It always is,
It's
yeah.
definitely a blues theme. It's not a blues structure on the song, but Merle played plenty of blues structures. But this is a blues theme, so that's why we like it. And we're in A, right?
And we are.
All right, 1, 2, 1.
Here we go. First thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing and a youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. I was one and only lonesome child from a family meek and mild. My mama seemed to know what lay in store. That I kept turning till Mama couldn't hold me anymore. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried. Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but a feeling I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried.
Yeah.
Dear old dad, God rest his soul, left my mom a heavy load. She tried so very hard to fill his shoes, working hours without rest, wanted me to have the best. Despite all her pleading, I refused. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right. Mama tried, Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried.
Very nice. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Merle.
Thank you, Merle. All right, this is another blues type number that I wrote. No one really writes the blues, but I guess you add your own words to it, and you feel like you did something, so. This one's about working hard. You ready? got work to do. Gotta go down now, mama. Someone gotta pay these bills. You know, if I could, I would stay right here with you. I know you're hurting, girl, I'm hurting too. I know you're hurting, wish I could pull you through. You know, if I could, I would wipe away your blues. Everybody loves somebody, I wanna love somebody too. Everybody wants somebody, I want someone to want me too. Love somebody, I wanna love somebody too. Everybody wants somebody, I want someone to want me too. Well, it's please her, please him, you know there's too many rules. It's please her, please him, we all serve too many fools. I would send them all right back to school. Stay right here with you, wipe away your blues. Nice.
Well done, Ben.
Good job hanging on. All right.
What's
next?
That song just moves right along.
You did great. Doing okay on time?
You're doing great.
All right. Now, who sang this one?
This is a Robert Johnson
That's what I thought.
song that, it's a really simple little blues ditty, like a lot of his songs. I call them Robert Johnson love songs. They're all. Woke up this morning, feel around for my shoes. You know by that I got them mean old walking blues. And I woke up this morning, feel around for my shoes. Don't you know by that I got them here, mean old walking blues, yeah. Woke up this morning, feeling round, yeah. I woke up this morning, little Bernice was gone. I feel like blowing my whole lonesome home, yeah. Woke up this morning, yeah. All I had was gone.
Play it, John. Yeah.
Cause I woke up this morning, feel round for my shoes. Don't you know by that I got them walking blue? And I woke up this morning here, feel round for my shoes. Don't you know by that I got them mean old walking blues, yeah. Don't you know by that I got them mean old walking blues, yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. See, he's a great player.
Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson's awesome.
Yes, yes.
John brings the authenticity to this project as the blues player. Like I said, I'm a songwriter. I write a lot of styles. I'm not really a blues writer, but
Right.
John has given me permission to play some of these songs. So thank you,
Stop.
John. This is a song, I stole the melody from Howlin' Wolf. Sorry, Wolf. Appreciate it. We doing that one or no?
Yeah.
Schoolboy?
Am I playing dobro on this song?
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever you want. It's in G. And here we go. If I go out tonight, you know I might not make it back. If I go out tonight, you know I might not make it back. And well, my heart is in the red, my soul is firmly in the black. What's the lesson here? There's nothing really to be learned. What's the lesson here? There's nothing really to be learned. No sacred text to quell the fire, only these old books to burn. Once knew a woman, they say her heart was full of ash. I once knew a woman, they say her heart was full of ash. Worked her head so full of bad ideas, they hung on her like a rash. Got no money for favors, got no time for making fun. Got no money for special favors, got no time for making fun. Got 10 things to finish by morning, I ain't begun a single one. Tired enough to sleep. Well, I'm tired of everything, just not tired enough to sleep. My mind is racing on the morning when it should be counting sheep. If I go out tonight, you know I might not make it back. If I go out tonight, you know I might not make it back. Well, my heart is in the red, my soul is firmly in the black.
Nice, nice.
Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
I like that. Another Robert Johnson tune.
Another Robert. You can never have too many Robert
Oh,
Johnson
you can, I
tunes.
guess. This is
Yeah, so the blues, I'm no scholar on the blues. I'm very much an appreciator of the blues. That's a long line of very important, very influential players and songwriters.
sure is.
And certainly Robert was way back near the beginning with
Yeah.
Charlie Patton.
Yeah.
I think Robert and Howling Wolf both played with Charlie Patton. Wolf played with Muddy Waters.
Everybody played with Muddy Waters.
In Chicago, they brought it all up to Chicago, the clubs up there, and there's a lot of music out there. Dig deep, check it all out.
Yeah, yeah. This song is called "Me and the Devil Blues," and it's by far probably my favorite Robert Johnson tune. I don't really know why. I think it's I'm going to play it in E, and it's a real guitar guy's key, and I just love the sound of it, and I love the lyrics too, especially the last lyric of this tune is probably by far my all-time favorite blues phrase. So anyway, I'll get this
With
going.
that, let's do
I'll
it.
get it going. Yeah. Early one morning, you knocked upon my door. Early one morning, you knocked upon my door. And I said, hello, Satan, I believe it's time to go. Me and the devil walking side by side by side. Me and the devil are walking side by side. I'm gonna love my woman here till I get satisfied. You may bear my body down by the highway side, yeah. You may bear my body down by the highway side. So my mean old evil spirit, yeah, can get your Greyhound bus and ride.
Very nice.
You guys want to come over and join me? And
Sure.
we'll have a little conversation, and then we'll go back over and play one song when we go out.
All right.
Okay?
Do
Well,
that one.
guys
Yeah.
are getting their guitars put down and stuff. Let's talk about some of the galleries in downtown New London. There's the Maritime Gallery, the Studio 33 Gallery, the Hygienic Gallery. Really, this town has such a huge plethora of wonderful, wonderful galleries that you can check out. And most of them, you just walk in, it's free to walk in and just browse around and look at all the wonderful art. This is an artsy community. Check out your galleries and do what you can to support the arts in this community. Hi, guys. Yeah, all you got to do is just pin it right on. That's awesome. So this was really it's a wonderful show. Basically, because the blues are really near and dear to my heart. I belong to the Connecticut Blues Society, and I judge all the.
Right. You do all that.
I do. because I can, and I think that you guys should enter the solo duo challenge. Just saying here now, I'm just telling you that you should. I'll have to be careful about judging so that I don't. So let's talk a little bit about each of you individually. John, where did your musical career start? Were you a musical child?
Yes. I was raised by musicians. My dad was a concert violinist and a music educator. We all played instruments as kids. I played the violin well into high school.
Nice.
What happened was I listened to an album called Sweet Baby James, which everybody has heard, and I was probably 12. I think we're talking right around 1968, not to date myself, but I just couldn't believe when I heard Steamrollin' Blues. I was just so totally blown away that I kept...
You should play that one.
Yeah, I do. And I sort of never looked back. Did quite a few other ventures and then got into a career in the building industry, but always played music. And I left blues for quite a while. I played some jazz stuff and a lot of swing things.
Nice.
I began to sing very seriously. And then I've now gotten back to
the roots of music.
playing old blues. Yeah.
There you go. Ben, when did you start playing music, and what is your musical background?
Boy, so I was like, I grew up in North Stonington down the road, and I like most kids from North Stonington, I listened to like Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath and stuff like that. So I, wanted to be like, I had long hair, and I wanted to be one of those heavy metal guys.
That's a switch.
So I learned those little guitars, some of those little guitar licks.
Yeah.
But I always wrote like music. We had a piano around the house. I played violin when I was younger too. And I always, like one day I was sort of like tinkering, and I figured like this chord progression that was about 50 songs that I knew. And I was like, oh, so a lot of songs use the same chords, and what if I just wrote my own words to some of these, So I'm not really a great singer, so I have a limited gift.
Never mind.
So I figured writing my own material would suit me better than trying to sound like Ronnie James Dio or someone else. So I started bands in high school, always trying to get some original stuff in with whatever stuff we were playing. And then I got more serious in college about it, and after college, and started some bands around the New London area.
Yeah, you did.
And,
you're still in a band today.
I am.
The River Gods.
The River Gods.
How are they doing?
River Gods are great, and we're doing really well. The band is awesome. We have a great lineup that's really solidified over the past few years. River Gods, for a songwriter, I'm absolutely privileged to have a band like that because they can play pretty much anything. And the great players, and my wife, Nancy, who's just an amazing, amazing vocalist, makes me sound really good. So we do her material, we do my material, and we do a lot of duet stuff, and Americana rock, even a little blues now. We're doing all sorts of stuff, and it continues to really evolve and be fun. So got a big summer schedule at the rivergods.com.
Nice.
Maybe John will sit in with us sometime.
Do you have a band together right now?
I do not.
Well, maybe you better sit in with the River Gods once in a while. Get some stuff going.
Absolutely.
Do you do any solo stuff?
Not very much. I have.
Okay.
I have done some solo stuff, but not too often. But every once in a while, something comes up and someone will ask me to sing somewhere, and I'm always glad to do it.
You have a wonderful voice.
Thanks.
It really resonates. I love it. I love your voice.
Most of my singing is done in the Eastern Connecticut Symphony Choir.
We love the Eastern Connecticut Symphony, the choir and the orchestra.
Yep.
We're big fans.
Yep, great. So am I. And I love singing with them. It's always a challenge, singing classical stuff. But, I get back to this, and I'm always having fun.
Right.
So
just so that I can put it out there, the Eastern Connecticut Symphony Chorus has a show coming up.
Yes, they do. They're doing Candide.
Right. Is
No blues?
27?
On the 27th.
Yeah,
very
the
good.
27th
Yeah.
of April. So if you want to get tickets to that, you can see John sing on stage, because the chorus will be with the symphony that night.
That's right.
It's going to be an amazing performance. What made you guys do this project together? This is quite a project.
Well, if I can speak to that.
Please.
I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to doing solo stuff. And I had done the chapel music program once already. And there was talk around about Ben possibly doing it. Mm-hmm. And I had heard a lot of your stuff, and I thought, maybe Ben would be interested in possibly doing it with me. Sort of a misery loves company kind of a thing. And he agreed, and we had a good time doing that.
We had a great time.
And it was well received.
Yeah. We sang in the
see
chapel,
why.
which is the chapel's this big, beautiful room, and we had
It
no
is.
mics, and we just belted it
Well,
out.
the
Yeah.
acoustics in there
That's
are
what
The
it is.
harmonica sounds like an orchestra
right.
in there.
It
The,
is-
the
it is,
acoustics
at least to
in
me,
there
maybe not to
are
everyone else.
phenomenal.
It is
Yeah.
stunning. It is stunning.
It was built for sound.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the old cathedrals
Yeah,
and
yeah.
places were built to do sound in, and
Yeah.
they didn't need all the electronic stuff that we have today.
True.
So, Ben, you seem to be the songwriter of the duo.
Oh,
John, do you write
definitely.
any
No,
songs?
no.
You don't write any music?
I don't. I don't have that kind of talent. I sometimes think maybe if I really worked at it and tried, but I never seem to find the time. I don't know. It's just stuff that other people do.
Well, let's ask Ben a couple songwriting questions.
Sure.
Ben, what makes you write a song? What is your muse?
What makes me write a song? I don't know. I've been doing it a while, and you learn to kind of cultivate ideas as they come. So, like, you're in the car, you're at your desk, you're whatever, you're sitting in bed. Having a technology like the iPhone now, or a smartphone, is really helpful, because you can just hit record and sing a melody or record some words. So it's like having a recorder with you all the time, which is really helpful. A certain phrase will catch my ear, something will pop into my head, and there we go, away we go.
Then do you
kind of dial it in, you channel
Then
it
do
in
you
when it
sit
comes.
down and struggle at writing it out, or does it just, you sit down and it just comes out easily?
Both. Sometimes it just comes out easily, and I usually, if I'm going pretty good with something, try to just take it to the end of the line, like just where my, follow the idea as long as I can. And then if I run out of words, it's usually the place to stop and
And
call
then
it
you
a song.
take it to the band.
And then if it's, I'll take it to the band. If it's an idea I like, I usually get excited. Like, I get yeah, this is the one,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You get really pumped about a song, which I've come to really just appreciate, like, whether I play it with a band, whether I play it with John, whether I play it by myself, like, it's a pretty neat thing to have, like, the alchemy of writing a song. So it's like, this thing is not there, then all of a sudden it's there that you put out. So, like, the process of it is kind of exciting. It's kind of like, all right, you're reeling in a fish. You're trying to,
Right.
you're trying to bring one in. So, like, I like that for itself, the process itself now, I've come to realize. But then if it's a good idea, you bring it to the band or a duo or whatever, and it goes somewhere else. And that's even a really exciting process, because then it's beyond this, like, thing in your head. It becomes this, like, thing that's realized that other people contribute to that make it beautiful, so.
Right.
So.
So you've done some collaborations with a number of musicians, and you have not recently, but in the past, put out a couple of compilation albums
have.
under the Good Sponge label.
Yep.
Is there somewhere that people can find those?
Sure, you can go to goodsponge.com or Good Sponge on Facebook, Good Sponge on Bandcamp. They're all online. All the River God stuff is online. All Nancy stuff is online. Yeah, Good Sponge at Bandcamp. All the samplers are there. And what those are, just to elaborate, is a sort of a compilation of area Americana, folk, songwritery type stuff, little blues in there, that we've put out every couple of years. We put out compilation CD, 14, 15 area artists. And there's just so much talent around here, as you know.
Oh my
I don't
goodness!
have to tell
Absolutely.
you. You're seeing it every week. But,
It's incredible the amount of talent that is in the area. If you draw a 100-mile circumference, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that perhaps you would put together an album, the two of you doing this blues stuff?
So I'm hoping to record a few of these songs, and I would love it if John played with me on them. So
I'm in.
Well, there we go. Heard first here on
so
Grandma's Attic Music
hopeful to record
Review.
some of this more acoustic kind of blues. I would call it acoustic blues.
Yeah.
It's not real electric,
Yeah.
shred and stuff.
Well,
it's more.
acoustic blues is where the blues actually come from.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
that's what it's all about. And that's what the solo duo challenge
Right. Oh, it's all
focuses
acoustic.
on.
Yeah.
No, it's
No.
not. But the winner this year was a solo acoustic artist that did old school blues, and it blew people away. So, that being said, I'm just planting the seed.
Just put it out there.
Do you think that this is the kind of thing that people need to learn? Do you think that the blues are going to make a comeback, or do you think that they have kind of got buried under new music? John?
I don't know. That's a great question, and I think time will tell. But I don't know. My youngest son is a brilliant musician and writes a lot of music, and nothing that he's involved in seems to head in the blues department. And whenever he comes home and plays with me, it's always like, he rolls his eyes and he humors his old man. But I don't know. I'd like to think that, there are still some great artists that are still, people like Kev Mo and Eric Bibb are still, following the old school acoustic genre. And it's refreshing to hear. I don't know.
I want to say that I think, I probably even your son, he knows, I think if you're a rock and roll musician, jazz musician, I think the blues are the roots of a lot of those forms. So I think whether you play them actively, I think they're important to know. And this is what I've come to realize, if you're going to play it, and that's why, you need to kind of know some of the structures, and you got to learn them. It's like, these little licks and turns and things, and I think I remember reading this interview with Bono from U2, and he was they were this big band in the 80s, and then he was then somebody asked him to jam on a simple blues song or something, like B.B. King, and he couldn't play the basic blues, and they were this new wave, great, incredible band.
Right, they were.
And then they realized, you know what, we have to learn this stuff. And then they did Rattle and Hum and this really blues, and they got some CRAP for doing it, but I understand why they did that now. They were if we don't know this stuff, we're just faking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if we don't play this music, it's the history of even new wave and all this stuff. So
it's the history of music.
If
and
you don't know it
definitely
somewhere in the line, if you're invited to the celebrity jam and you can't play it, it doesn't matter how many number one hits you have.
Of
You know what I'm saying?
American
You don't get respect unless
Yep.
you can sit in and at least do something. So I think that was cool that they did that.
When I hit a lot of open mics, just because it's the best way to find really good musicians, because good musicians want to play with other musicians and hang out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I find that the blues is played most often, more than any other genre, including rock and roll, at open mics, because everybody that's really good knows the blues.
You can follow along.
And can follow along.
And that's good and bad. I think like I said, everybody should know this stuff, but it also, that's where it can get cliched, or people shredding on electric guitars and for 20 minutes, and that's all fine. I think it's all good, but to me, that's not the blues either. The blues is the structures,
Right.
getting back to the simple forms, the simple work.
As simple as it is, it still needs to be felt before you can actually count it, and I think that's where it becomes. That's where you find some players that are just outstanding, that have a feel for what they're playing, rather than counting the measures. And
Any music that comes from the heart is
and it
music
does.
that people respond to.
Yeah.
And the blues, in its original form, came from the heart, came from the blues, came from...
I've seen so many musicians and vocalists that have struggled with certain meters and rhythms like I just can't seem to get this rhythm right. And it isn't until you back away and you really just sort of feel it and
Yeah.
let it just happen, then all of a sudden everything falls together.
And it comes from the heart, but it comes from a little bit lower too. So like the blues is this like, I mean, it used to be called the devil's music, you know, like Howling Wolf's.
Absolutely.
Howling Wolf's mother like disowned him for playing this music. She
Right.
was this like incredible church-going person and like threw him out of the house, you know, like threw him out of the house for playing the blues.
Right.
And he tried to like reconcile his whole life with her, and she wouldn't do it because he played the blues.
Because
So
he
like
played
this
this
is,
music.
you know,
I did-
me and the devil.
I didn't know. I know,
You know,
yeah.
so, you know, it's like, it
Well,
is
a
what
lot
it
of-
is. But I'm saying like it comes from this counter to like a certain element of society, and it's like you embrace it in a way that's, you know, you
Yeah.
either kind of understand that and feel
Yeah.
that, or
Some of it is dark, but a lot of it, you know, a lot of it is spiritual and very faithful.
yeah,
you know,
this,
so,
and that's like two sides of the same coin, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, like I mean,
I agree.
you know,
yeah,
fine line between spiritual and
yeah,
faithful.
yeah,
And, you know,
right.
blues and
Now, are you guys
Dark.
doing anything together out in public these days that
it's John. If John and I play, I will certainly publicize it in that same spot. And,
Nice.
Yeah, that would be how you would
Maybe
find
we-
me. It's
maybe we have
through
to think
Ben's
of a name. Maybe we
through
need a
Ben's
name.
Facebook.
Awesome. This will air, of course, everybody thinks it's airing right now, but
tired.
it will air right-
Saturday night?
Saturday night, 10 o'clock. You're probably actually playing somewhere. But tomorrow morning we'll have this up on YouTube. So the whole world will be able to see this on YouTube and check out the knowledge and the strength of what you two are building together. I would encourage both of you to keep doing what you're doing because it's important that people know the blues. It's important that people hear what the blues is, and it's important that people hear what you're doing with your songwriting, Ben. I
Thank you.
appreciate it so much. I'm going to ask, and I'm going to hope the answer is yes, if you guys have a song that you can take us out with.
Sure.
We do.
Well, make sure that you untether and go
Oh.
ahead, and I'll tell my listeners a little bit about the community. So,
Thank you, Don.
no, thank you. So right now, we're coming into the springtime. I know there's been some snow. Never mind that. The crocuses are up, and it's springtime. We still need to be a community. We still need to check on our neighbors. We still need to make sure our elderly have food in their refrigerators. And if you have neighbors with children, make sure those kids have shoes on their feet and food in their cupboards. It's so important to check on your neighbors and know who your neighbors are. This is community. And community is because we take care of one another. That's what community really is. So until next week, everybody, check on your neighbors, check out the art galleries, and listen to local music. Until next week, everybody, bye-bye and God bless.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do one more tune. It's a Doc Watson tune called Deep River Blues. It's kind of one of my favorites, and you like playing it.
Classic.
Yeah.
Love it. You start it.
Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain. Whole lot more and I get the deep river blues, yeah. I'm gonna sail out in my boat, I'm gonna sail her now. If she floats and I get the deep river blues. My old gal, she's a good old pal. She looks like a waterfowl when I get the deep river blues. Ain't no one to smile for me, and the fish all go out on a spree when I get them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more. I get them deep river blues. There ain't no one to smile for me, and the fish all go out on a spree. And I get them deep river blues. When I get them deep river blues.
Keep going? Want to try the wolf one?
Yeah.
All right.